I began working with a bipartisan group of colleagues in May to see if we could provide a federal statutory guarantee of reproductive freedom that would essentially match the constitutional provisions that the Supreme Court threw out the window with respect to abortion and contraception. And we have worked for months to try to come up with a federal statutory guarantee that would neither expand nor restrict the rights that were available before the Dobbs decision was passed. And I'm proud to say that I wanted to do it because we had had 2 votes on an earlier bill, the Women's Health Protection Act, one vote in February, one in May, that only obtained 49 votes. I voted for the Women's Health Protection Act, but I felt like after the first vote it sent a signal that there wasn't even a majority in the Senate, much less 60 votes. There wasn't even a majority that believed it was important to provide a guarantee of reproductive freedom. I felt like we had left votes on the table. There were colleagues who did not vote for the Women's Health Protection Act that I knew had stated earnestly that they wanted to protect via statute reproductive freedom. And so I spent time working with them. And yesterday I introduced a bill, the Reproductive Freedom for All Act, together with colleagues, Senators Murkowski and Collins and Sinema, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. 2 of us voted for the Women's Health Protection Act, 2 of us voted against. But by doing this, what we've demonstrated is now there is a majority in the Senate that wants to codify Roe and related cases. We have some different ideas about the best language to do it, but it's not a minority of the Senate that wants to provide a statutory protection for reproductive freedom. It's now a majority of the Senate. I will say I'm very, very glad to do this because I think it's important to send the signal that a majority of the Senate matches up with the majority of the American public that want to protect reproductive freedom, that majority is bipartisan, because there's certainly bipartisan support among the populace for guaranteeing reproductive freedom. And I wanted to show that. We don't have 60 votes to pass this right now, but that should be no barrier to introducing legislation. Much legislation gets introduced before you have 60 votes to pass.